next type of tissue which we will be simple tissue which we are going to discuss is Sclerenchyma. We have already discussed about this parenchyma and collenchyma. Now what is a Sclerenchyma? Sclerenchyma is also called as a simple tissue. Now these in Sclerenchyma you will see the secondary wall thickenings which gives the secondary wall thickenings which are present in Sclerenchyma gives thickness and as well as rigidity to the plant body. Rigidity to the plant body. In the secondary cell walls, you may see in some cases there will be a deposition of lignin, or they may or may not have lignin deposition. Lignin, and unlike the collenchyma, this Sclerenchyma has the capacity to return to its normal position even after the stretching of the cell occurs. Now when we talk about a mature Sclerenchyma cells, these mature Sclerenchyma cells, when they get matured, they lose the protoplasm, they lose the nucleus, and totally these cells become dead tissue and dead cells. And the main function why we are so much interested in studying Sclerenchyma is that these Sclerenchyma cells is basically meant for providing the mechanical system in the plant body. It gives more of mechanical strength to the plant body, and it gives protection to all types of the tissues which are present in the plant body. Now Sclerenchyma has two types of tissues here. When we are talking, Sclerenchyma consists of two tissues, Sclerides and fibers. Sclerides are also called as stone cells, and fibers are Sclerenchyma fibers we can call. These are called as stone cells because these are the cells which are present in the plants in the soft tissue of the plant, and these are occurring in the groups, and these are also called as idioblast sclerides. Now these sclerides are of different types. Now when we are talking about sclerides, these are also called as stone cells. These are also called as idioblast sclerides. These are present normally in the soft parts of the several parts of the soft tissues of several parts of the plants. Now according to your syllabus, what you are having is sclerides. There are 4 to 5 different types of sclerides. So what are those we will be talking. So the basic structure of sclerides will be like this. These are occurring in almost all the plants in the soft parts of the tissues, and these are irregularly comparing to the other cells. Now there are different types of sclerides. We will talk about types of sclerides. Now there are different types. As per your syllabus, you are having sclerides. Sclerides are also called as stone cells, or these are also called as idioblast cells. These are one of the components of the Sclerenchyma cells. Now as per your syllabus, you are supposed to read there are different types of sclerides. There was a classification given by Sclerenchyma in the year 1899. He said there are 4 types of cells on the basis of the difference of the there are 4 types of scleride cells on the basis of the difference in their shape. The first one is called as Brachiosclerides. Now what are Brachiosclerides? These are normal parenchyma cells. These are almost isodiametric cells and resemble the parenchyma cells, and these are almost present in the pulpy fruits. Pyrus. This is very important. These examples are very important for your entrance point of view. Brachiosclerides are the cells which are of isodiametric in nature and more or less resemble to that of the parenchyma cells. Then that type of sclerides are called as Brachiosclerides, and these are almost seen in the custard apple, guava, and in you can also write an example of Sapota. These are the examples where you can see the presence of Brachiosclerides. Another one is Macrosclerides. These all are important. Next, Macrosclerides are those cells where the cells are columnar cells. Columnar cells are present, and these are found in several roots. Macrosclerides are the type of sclerides. The cells are of columnar cells and these are occurring in several rows in the series of rows in the seed coat. The example of this will be, you can see it in cortex of stems and leaves. Stems and leaves, rarely seen in the cortex of stems and leaves, and almost all the macrosclerides are visible in Fabaceae plants. A type of sclerides where the cells are columnar in structure and these are occurring in the form of several rows as a series of seed coat, and these are rarely seen in the cortex of stems and leaves and majorly seen in all the Fabaceae plant members. This type of sclerides are present. Next is Osteosclerides. Osteosclerides itself indicates these are bone shaped. The cells which are in the form of bones, the cones of these are in the form of bones. These examples are very important. Osteosclerides are the sclerides. Osteo means bones. So, these sclerides will give more or less the shape of a bone like structure, like dumbbell shaped bone. How you will have a bone like this type of structure, then these sclerides are called as osteosclerides. So, this type of sclerides you will see normally in the examples are more important here, seed coats of peas and leaves of hake. Another one you are having Astrosclerides. Now, Astroscleride itself, as the name it indicates, astro means star shaped. If the sclerides are in the form of a star shape, then those are called as Astrosclerides. Astrosclerides are the type of sclerides where the shape of the sclerides will be astro means star shaped. If the scleride is star shaped, then that is Astroscleride. These are normally seen in the petioles of Nymphia and Trichodendron. Okay. Next one is Trichosclerides. Trichosclerides, these are sclerides which are seen in the, these are the trichosclerides which are seen in the hydrophytes. These can be divided into internal hairs and external hairs in the trichoscleride. Tricho means hair like structures, there may be internal or external. Another form it is called as, here as the diagram we have given here, this is known as filiform sclerides. Now, what is filiform sclerides? Filiform sclerides are the type of sclerides which appears more or less like a fiber, and these are having lumen in the center and their wall thickenings are present, and these are these type of sclerides are called as filiform sclerides. These wall thickenings are lignified. These cell walls are made up of lignin in them. The example for this is roots of monstera and leaves of, these examples are important. So, filiform scleride is a type of scleride which in appearance looks like the fiber, and the special character is it has a lumen in the center and the walls which are showing the thickening are mostly made up of lignin, and this lignin presence of there are some simple pits are present in the secondary wall thickenings. The example for filiform sclerides will be, you can see this type of sclerides in the roots of monstera plant and also in the leaves of olea. So, this is about sclerides or stone cells in the Sclerenchyma. Basically, stone cells are also called as sclerides according to the classification. This name is important. Skerrick in 1889, he divided the sclerides into 5 types. Brachiosclerides, which are almost more or less like parenchyma cells, present where pulpy fruits of Pyrus and guava, custard, apple and sapota. Next, Macrosclerides, where the cells are columnar in structure, they occur in the form of regular rows of cells in the seed coat. Example, it is mostly seen in Fabaceae plants and rarely seen in the cortex of stems and leaves. And Osteosclerides, as the name itself indicates, these are in the shape of bones like structure, bones, and these are mostly seen in the seed coats of peas and leaves of hake. And Astroscleride, as the name itself indicates, astro means star shaped. So, this type of sclerides are called as Astrosclerides. As the name itself indicates, Astrosclerides, as the name itself indicates, this is a star shaped structures. It is seen in the petioles of Nymphia and Trichodendron. Trichosclerides, these are the trichosclerides in the Nymphia. The idioblast cells are present. Idioblast becomes branched and then give rise to internal hairs or external hairs. One more scleride is filiform sclerides. These are the long fiber-like structures which lumen in the middle. The cell walls are lignified, and these are normally seen in the roots of monster and leaves of olea. Now, another component of Sclerenchyma, as we said earlier, it is sclerides and fibers. Now, we will talk about fibers. Okay. Next component of Sclerenchyma is fibers. Okay. Now, what are fibers? These are elongated cells. This diagram can be taken as fibers. These are elongated cells with narrow lumen, thick second cell wall, and their ends are obligants. Okay. This is also called one of the components of Sclerenchyma. So, what is fibers? These are narrow elongated cells with thick lumen and oblique end walls. Okay. Now, example for this is fibers of rami. Okay. Here fibers in Sclerenchyma are of two types, xylary fibers and phloic fibers. Okay. In Sclerenchyma there are two types of fibers, the xylary fibers and the phloic fibers. As the name itself indicates, the fibers which are present in the xylem tissue are called as xylem fibers. The fibers which are present outside the xylem or which is present in the phloem tissue, those type of fibers are called as phloic fibers. Okay. Next we will come to the functions of the this is about components of Sclerenchyma. Next, when we come to the functions of the Sclerenchyma, there is only one and the major function of Sclerenchyma, that is it provides mechanical strength to the plant body. It provides rigidity to the plant body. The only function of Sclerenchyma is it provides mechanical strength. It provides mechanical strength to the plant body. So, basically Sclerenchyma is a type of tissue where there are two components, sclerides and fibers, and these sclerides are of 4 to 5 types as by Scleric classification, and fibers are those elongated narrow cells with lumen and oblique end walls. There are two types, xylaric fibers and phloic fibers. Xylaric fibers are those fibers which are present in the xylem tissue, and the phloic fibers are those which are outside the xylem or which are present in the phloem. And when we come to the function of Sclerenchyma, the type of only major function which is seen by the Sclerenchyma is that it provides mechanical strength to the plant body. So, with this we end with that of the special simple tissues. Simple tissues we have talked today about parenchyma cells, collenchyma cells and Sclerenchyma cells. Okay.